Legend of War here, and today we've got a Saving a Disaster battle playing as the followers of Nagash going up against Sudenberg. We've been caught in force march, and the enemy army that's reinforcing here is just higher class than what we've got. Our forces here are about what we'd expect for this stage in the campaign. He's at around turn 70, so I'm certainly not expecting him to have doom stacks at this stage. But him not having a wizard definitely doesn't help this army at all. But maybe his wizards are elsewhere, who knows. The Lord does seem to be leveled up correctly because he's rank 16. He's got the Chimerian War Sphinx and he's got the Reanimate upgraded. Those are the two things I always look for. He's also got the Tormentor Sword, so we definitely don't want to lose the battle. He won't die, but if you lose the Tormentor Sword, that sucks. It's a really good weapon. Anyway, let's jump in here and see what we can do. It's also really helpful if you're going to send in a disaster battle to tell me exactly what went wrong or what was the hardest thing for you to deal with in your disaster battle, which is what this guy did. He basically said that the guns and artillery are too much. Those are the key things that I want to take from this. So I'll know that that's what we need to... I mean, I already would have known to focus on that anyway, but it's still good information. So the first army that's coming in here is pretty basic. So I'm not going to worry about that one too much. But we've got an opportunity here to stop them from deploying at all. So, this could backfire, but when you're using an undead faction, or factions with high leadership, such as dwarves, if you're going up against a faction with low leadership, which Empire, generally speaking, are a low leadership faction, if you can manage to, clog them up at their reinforcement point, what you'll end up doing is have their missile units in the exact same position as their melee units so that they can't shoot. And then the artillery, they're also stuck. So if we could manage that, it'd be good. Also, whenever you look at the reinforcement zone, just keep this in mind. That is where the general shows up, and the rest of his army always shows up to his right. So if he's facing this way, it shows up along here. So don't do this, okay? Because no units are going to show up here. General shows up here, and all the other units will show up next to him. So basically to your left. So left of that position, that's where all of his troops will show up. And what we want to do there, we don't even need to necessarily charge, but we just need to make sure that they just don't deploy. What I'm going to do here as well, the Screaming Skull catapults can be really useful, but the problem here is because we've got so much melee infantry, it could obstruct our position. What I want to do right away is move them over to here, move into this position here, and shoot along the line here, because we should create like a really nice kill zone, but only from that angle. If you've got mortars, like not Screaming Skull catapult, what are they called? Casket of Souls, you probably don't need to do that, but with Screaming Skull catapults we do. I'll also keep all the archers over here, because all their generals and stuff are going to be on this side. We're probably just best bogging them down with Tomb Guard. So what I'm going to do is going to have him mirror them. He's just going to pop down the Tormentor Sword just to stop them from moving anywhere, because that's their fastest units. Okay. And hopefully what we'll do is we'll beat this army before their other army even arrives, and turn around and beat them. Okay, move over here. Move around over here. That's it, that's it. See how their missile units are stuck in there? That's what we want to see. That's it. Everyone get into position. See, we've got a really good kill zone here for the artillery, as long as they can get in there. Okay, you guys are almost in position. Stay about there and shoot into here, roughly. Okay, and you also shoot into there. Maybe shoot some there, some there. Some of them trying to get away. Not allowed. Are they also on force? Yep, they're also on force march. Okay, artillery already inflicting loads of casualties. Ushabti were really useful at pinning them down. Maybe let's just shoot this guy here. Get them off the battlefield right away. Alright, this is going really well. I don't think this is what he did. Because we don't even need to get loads of kills, we just need to get them off the battlefield. which is another reason why these the screaming skull catapult's good, because of course is discouraged. Just get them off. That sounds weird. I meant get them off the battlefield. That's it. Off you go. Off you go. Don't even need to kill them. Just get them out of here. Okay, the first army has... Oh, sorry, there's more like second army. Second army is defeated, essentially. And they're trying to meet up with their main force now. And now we get ready to deal with that. No units have been wiped out. We've barely taken any damage. Haven't completely wiped them out yet. But I think it's pretty important that we do some damage to them as well before they get here. Yeah, their artillery's left. They just couldn't make use of them. So we've definitely won the battle. It actually seems quite easy in hindsight, but you'd be surprised how just a quick change in strategy can make such a huge difference. I mean, you're not always going to get the opportunity to do something like that, but if the opportunity does arise, damn, it can be good. Right, we're not particularly well organized here. Let's get set up. Also, Ushabti fight fairly well if they've got infantry supporting them. So you mix them in with the line. Because if you just send them in by themselves, they get surrounded and get killed quite quickly. And look at that! Nice early army losses. Don't even have to deal with the first army, basically. Now, the downside here is that because we did all the damage on the reinforcing army, and they were on force march, they're dead, assuming they lose, which they did. But these ones here aren't. I guess I could just have the Ushabti run them down. And we walk out of this, basically no damage. So yeah, this was not a difficult one, but you just gotta know what to do about it, that's all. And it was over really quickly as well. So I'll have a little look at the rest of the campaign, see how you're doing with it. And hand it back. But yeah, most of you experts at this game would have known exactly what to do. Would have gotten a very similar result as well. So this wasn't like the earth-shattering, most difficult disaster ever. And I don't always get sent in those ones. So don't even bother trying to kill their general because they'll just replace him. Killing... oh no, that one's part of the reinforcing army, so they're gonna go. No point in the skeleton chasing after them. Because we're on force march, we never would have caught them. Yeah, it doesn't last very long. But, there we go. How was that close? Come on. Whatever. It's always a close victory. But yeah, if there's anything to take home from this one, it's that when it comes to enemy, especially Empire, enemy artillery, don't let them get set up. Don't even let them shoot at your melee infantry or just infantry in general. You have to stop them before they even shoot. Either by wasting their ammo, which if you're on the attack it's easy to do, but if they're coming at you from the rear like that, you have to pin them down. You know, in this exact sort of situation. And of course, it largely depends on what kind of army you've got. But yeah, just not giving them a chance to shoot. Like, no damage done on these units. And they're all wiped out now. And these were the ones that were going to dish out the most damage. And now, looks like you're in enemy territory, if I had to guess. So maybe some replenishment might help you out a bit so you can finish the job off. Yeah, you are in enemy territory. So, and another obligatory comment, but don't force march into enemy territory if you don't know what's going on there. You're basically asking for trouble. I mean, you didn't have it. You didn't scout ahead. You just went straight in there. Maybe you thought you could handle it, but bit of a reckless move. But the campaign itself doesn't look like it's going too badly. I mean, considering you're playing as followers of Nagash, they have a very slow start. You've got Khemri and the Black Pyramid of Nagash. What are you doing building that? Get this going. No, get rid of this. You don't need this. But get that. That's so good. Why would you not want that? Please tell me you've got wizards. So increase the capacity for necrotex. Yep, that's fine. Ugh, I don't like that army. How many armies do you have? Let's have a look. So Ark and the Blacks. Oh, hang on. Let's have a look at him. Yeah, it looks fine. Looks fine. Yep. No problems with that. That's the army that we use. With no real problems with that. I think it's fine. Yeah, I'm not a fan of Nehekara warriors. I just don't think they're good. And yeah, I think the chariots are kind of crap. And you should probably get a siege attacker in the army, even if it's just like one screaming skull catapult or something like that, just so you can launch attacks immediately. But apart from that, your campaign seems like it's going just fine. Alright, well, that's the end of this one, guys. So, hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you learned something from that battle. It's a bit of a quick one, but, you know, sometimes that's what happens. Anyway, that's the end of this, and I'll see you next time, fuckers. Appreciate ya. Bye.